Okay, write down alkenes. Where is keyboard of me? Right, so here also, like similar to alkane, alkane, alkene, alkynes, in these three topics important is preparation properties. Other things we have studied. Tell me. So only preparation properties, equations are important, right? Now similar to alkane, in alkene also preparation of alkenes and properties of alkene. But compared to alkanes, here we have some more concepts. Right, in preparation also, even preparation is not, but properties we have somehow compared to alkane, it has some extra reactions. Okay, tell me, what are the alkenes? Alkenes are whether saturated or unsaturated? Unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon double bond called alkenes. So therefore, the definition of alkene is unsaturated hydrocarbons unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon double bond, CC double bond, called alkanes. So therefore, alkenes always containing carbon-carbon double bonds. And what is the name of the alkane? Alkane also called paraffins. Yes or no? Paraffins. So why they are called paraffins? Para means little, affine means affinity. They have little affinity towards chemical reactions. But alkenes are called olefins. Olefins because they are oily nature. So the meaning of olefin is they are oily nature. Okay, so next is structure of alkenes. This is common: structure, IUPAC name and isomerism. We will study in all topics structure, isomerism and IUPAC nomenclature. These three are common. Then preparation properties. Tell me, what is the structure of alkenes? Right, the structure of alkene is not only alkene, structure of any compound, chemical compound, is depends on one, hybridization, two, lone pairs, right, lone pairs and bond pairs. So therefore, for example, let us take simplest alkene is ethene. Okay, tell me, in alkene each carbon atom undergo which hybridization? So carbon undergo sp2 hybridization. And each carbon has how many lone pair electrons? So there is a lone pair electrons are 0. There is no lone pair electron. So therefore, tell me, hybridization sp2, lone pair is 0. Then what is the geometry? So geometry of the molecule is decided by the hybridization lone pair. sp2 hybridization, 0 lone pair. The geometry is always trigonal planar. So geometry of the molecule is trigonal or trigonal planar. Okay, then tell me how this is trigonal planar. Let us take carbon carbon, each carbon atom undergo sp2. It form how many sp2? 3 sp2, 1 2 3. There are 3 sp2. Then tell me, it is also 1 2 3, 3 sp2. Right, now tell me, So this sp2 sp2 carbon, so these two sp2 overlap, which form sigma bond. So which sigma bond? sp2 sigma bond is formed in between two carbon atoms. Okay, then when carbon undergo sp2, each carbon also contain one unhybrid p orbital, but this unhybrid p orbital having one unpaired electron each, which is undergo partial overlapping. Okay, so which forms what? Pi bond. This pi bond is always perpendicular to the sigma bond, because p orbitals are unhybrid, p orbitals are perpendicular to the sigma bond. Now tell me, so there is a sp2, each sp2 overlap with one s orbital of hydrogen, so it form how many sp2 s sigma bond? sp2 s sigma bond, how many? There are total 4, 1 2 3 4. So therefore, now tell me, number of sigma bonds, how many sigma bonds? Okay, Bharti, how many? 5. No, 1 2 3 4 5 sigma bond. Out of 5, 1 is a sp2 sigma bond, and 4 are sp2 s sigma. Number of pi bonds, how many? 1 pi bond. Okay, possible, right? Next is isomerism. Isomerism, tell me. So alkene can exhibit how many types of isomerism? Alkene can exhibit 1 structural isomerism, 2 stereoisomerism possible, structural geometrical possible, okay, geometrical possible, third one optical possible, agutane optical also possible. So therefore there are 3 types of isomerism possible: 1 structural, 2 stereo, that is geometrical, optical. Can you tell me, in structural isomerism, what are the types of structural isomerism can exhibit by this alkene? 1 chain isomerism possible. So what is the condition for chain isomerism? Hydrocarbon must have minimum 4 carbon atoms. So here also chain isomerism possible. 2 B positional, double bond like 1 position, 2nd position, 1 butene, 2 butene, so positional also possible. C ring chain, alkene, cycloalkane, yes or no? Ring chain also possible. And D functional also possible. Okay, tell me, let's study one by one. First one, chain isomerism. So which organic compound, means minimum carbon atom, so organic compound having how many carbon atom can exhibit? Minimum 4. For example, let us take CH2 double bond CH, CH2 CS3, it is a but 1-ene. So what is the chain isomer of but 1-ene? but 2-ena by one bada CH2 double bond CH. So chain isomers differ in parent chain now. Parent chain 1 2 3 4, parent chain 1 2 3. So therefore it is 1 2 3. So 2 methyl prop which in 1-ene. So like that you can write many. So 4 carbon, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So can exhibit chain isomerism. Next is positional isomerism. Tell me, for positional isomerism, what is the condition? Same molecular formula, but what is the different? Position of the double bond. In case of alkene, double bond. So therefore, but 1-ene, but 2-ene can exhibit positional isomerism. Next, third one, ring chain isomerism. So what is the condition for ring chain isomerism? Right, in ring chain isomerism, the organic compounds which are having same molecular formula, but one should be a open chain, other should be a cyclic ring. For example, it is a but 1-ene and a cyclobutane. Okay, so but 1-ene cyclobutane having same molecular formula, one is a open chain, another one is cyclic ring. Therefore, they exhibit ring chain isomerism. D, functional isomerism. Is it alkene can exhibit functional isomerism? Yes, particularly alkene having two double bonds like dienes. It is a buta 1,3 diene. Tell me, buta 1,3 diene is a isomer of which functional isomer? Can we write like this? It is but which ine? Buto 2-ine. So therefore, it is a diene, it is alkyne. So diene and alkynes are an example for functional isomers. Same molecular formula, but different is what? Here is double bond, here triple bond. Double bond, triple bond, two double bond, one triple bond. They are functional isomers. So therefore, alkene can exhibit 1, chain isomerism, 2, positional isomerism, 3, ring chain, and fourth one is functional isomerism. Next, geometrical. So we have studied in detail about geometrical isomerism. Tell me, alkene can exhibit, the most important one is this, geometrical isomerism. Then what is the condition to exhibit geometrical isomerism, particularly alkene? Having carbon-carbon double bond, all right, and each double bond carbon attached to two different groups, like this carbon attached to AB, this is also AB, then it can exhibit geometrical isomerism. Okay, then so therefore alkene can exhibit geometrical isomerism having minimum how many carbon atoms? How many minimum carbon atoms should be there? Tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is less than 4 can exhibit? Not possible. Less than 4 means I should write here H. Can it exhibit? No. Therefore, minimum 4 carbon atoms should be there. Other than deuterium, like isotope. For example, instead of hydrogen, here methyl, if there is a deuterium, it can exhibit. But condition is other than isotope. So therefore, if it is other than isotope, it must have how many? 4 carbon atoms. Okay, it is a cis. And what is the trans? Tell me. Nitrogen? No. If other groups are there, you can take it. I am telling hydrocarbon. It should be only carbon should be there. So other than like methyl group, OH is there, can exhibit. Okay. This is only I am taking hydrocarbon, alkene. Okay. It is a cis. Then trans, tell me. Identical groups are opposite side of double bond, it is trans. So cis, trans. Do you remember what are the differences between cis trans isomers? 1. So what is the dipole moment? Mu is not equal to 0. Okay, not equal to 0. This is equal to 0. Next, what about polarity? Among cis and trans, which is more polar? More polar cis, because dipole not equal to 0. Here is less polar. Okay. Next, what about boiling point? So more polar, more boiling point, no, more BP. It is less BP. What about MP? Melting point depends on crystal structure. Which one has symmetrical structure? Trans. Trans has more MP. It has MP less. Here MP is more. Solubility, which is more soluble, cis or trans? Usually. So cis is a more polar, therefore cis is more soluble compared to trans. More soluble in sense it is not completely soluble. Actually alkenes are insoluble. They are slightly soluble. Again in comparison, cis is somewhat more soluble. It is trans is less soluble. Then stability, which is more stable? Trans or cis? So obviously trans is more stable because identical groups are opposite side. Therefore they have less repulsion, steric hindrance. The steric hindrance between these two is very less, almost nil. So therefore steric hindrance are less, more stable. It is less stable. We have studied these things in geometrical isomerism in detail. Okay. Next is alkene can also exhibit optical isomerism. So what is the condition for optical isomerism? Presence of chirality, not chiral carbon, chirality, right? Molecule must be a chiral, no? When the molecule is said to be a chiral, molecule should not have three elements of symmetry. Which three elements of symmetry? Plane of symmetry, center of symmetry, alternating axis of symmetry. If molecule do not contain these three elements of symmetry, molecule is said to be a chiral molecule. If the molecule is chiral molecule, it has optical activity. Okay, fine. But if any molecule having only one chiral carbon, it is 100% optically active. Suppose if any molecule having two or more chiral carbons, it may be optically active, it may be optically inactive. Condition is when it is optically inactive, if it has plane of symmetry. If molecule has plane of symmetry and even though molecule contain chiral carbon, it is optically inactive. Example, meso compound. So what are meso compound? Meso compounds are the compounds which are having two chiral carbon, even though they are having two chiral carbon and plane of symmetry. So due to presence of plane of symmetry, they are optically inactive. Okay, these things. Now tell me, what about alkene? Alkenes can also exhibit optical isomerism. Condition is they must have how many minimum carbon atoms? H and CH2, CH3, no? Tell me, is less than these carbon atom, is it possible? Optical isomerism possible or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore alkene with minimum 6 carbon atom can exhibit optical isomerism, whereas in case of alkane 7. So same thing we have studied in alkane. In case of alkane, CH3, okay, H you can take, here CH2, CH3, here you should take propane. 1 to 2 carbon, 1 to 2 carbon. This is a alkene, it is a alkene, alkyl, right? So therefore, so here minimum is 6 carbon should be present for optical isomerism. Okay. So therefore it is about isomerism. Next is nomenclature. Nomenclature of alkene also completed. Let's see some example. Write down nomenclature of alkenes. nomenclature of alkene. CH2 double bond CH CH3. Tell me, numbering should be start from double bond 1 2 3. It is a prop, which in prop 1 in. Next CH3 CH double bond CH CH3. Numbering should be given either the side, because numbering comes double bond gets same number both the side. 1 2 3 4. Tell me, it is a but. Tell me, 2 in CH double bond CH CH2 CH3, but 1 in. Where are the pack names? Okay, will you write it? So tell me the numbering. 1 2 3 4. Correct, no? Next here, tell me, from both the side you will get same numbering. 1 2 3 4. Here is 1 2 3 4. Tell me, this is buta, because if there are two double bonds, it should be the letter A should be added, no? Buta 1 comma diene. Next 1 2 3 4 5 6. And tell me, hexa 1 comma 3 comma 5 triene. Okay, so many more example we did, we practice it, but when question comes in this topic, question may ask from this also. Okay, you have to cover it. So next is methods of preparation of alkenes. Methods of preparation. So what are the methods of preparation of alkenes? Okay, 1, from haloalkanes. Alkenes can be prepared from haloalkanes. Can you tell me what is the name? From haloalkane, it is a dehydrohalogenation, isn't it? Haloalkanes undergo dehydrohalogenation. 2, from dihaloalkanes. So what is the name of the reaction? If there are two halogen atoms, so two halogen atoms can be removed, no? So what is the name of the reaction? Dehalogenation. dehalogenation. Next 3 important, this is from alkyne. From alkyne there are two different reaction, means two different reagent. One, palladium barium sulfate and quinoline. This is one reaction, and the name of the reaction is, tell me anybody. Sodium liquid ammonia is another reaction. Tell me. This is very good. Lind-Lord catalyst. This is Birch reduction. First one is Lind-Lord catalyst. Second one is Birch reduction. It is from alkyne. And fourth one from alcohol. From alcohol. So how do you prepare alkene from alcohol? By removing water. So the removal of water is called dehydration. Very good. It is by dehydration of alcohol. Next, fifth one. So alkenes can also be prepared from pyrolysis of alkane. Pyrolysis of alkane. When alkanes undergo pyrolysis and pyrolysis of even quaternary ammonium salt also. Pyrolysis of quaternary ammonium salt also gives alkene. And seventh one is, I told you, there is a common method of preparation of alkane, alkene, alkyne. What is the common method? Tell me. Alkane can be prepared, alkene can be prepared, even alkyne can also be prepared by one method. Electrolysis. Coal based electrolysis. In alkane topic I told you, coal base electrolysis. So these are the methods of preparation of alkenes, right? So here important is you need to remember equations, right? So here in organic chemistry the one part is remembering equation only important, right? So first one from haloalkane. Tell me, so how do you prepare alkenes from haloalkane? First of all tell me, what are the haloalkane, types of haloalkane? From haloalkane, what are the haloalkanes? It is RX, right? Right. So what are the RX? RX equal to, it may be RF, RCl, RBr, Ri. Different haloalkanes. So what is the reactivity order? So among these haloalkane, which haloalkane is more reactive? Obviously Ri, because from RF to Ri bond length is increases. When bond length increases, bond breaking energy decreases. Which bond can be broken easily? Ri. Therefore Ri is more reactive compared to remaining all. Ri greater than RBr, RCl, then RF. It is the order of reactivity of different haloalkane. Next, so what is the reactivity of primary, secondary, tertiary haloalkane? Let us take primary RX, secondary RX, tertiary RX. So which RX is more reactive? Obviously tertiary, because tertiary haloalkane gives tertiary carbocation which is more stable. Therefore tertiary RX easily undergo breaking, then secondary, then primary. Okay, now tell me, what is the dehydrohalogenation? Dehydrohalogenation. Let us take alkane containing halogen. It is a haloalkane, chloroalkane, right? Then alkanes heated with alcoholic KOH. This alcoholic KOH is a dehydrohalogenating agent. Dehydrohalogenating, or in place of alcoholic KOH, even we can use soda amide, NaNH2 soda amide. Therefore haloalkanes heated with alcoholic KOH or soda amide to form corresponding alkenes. This reaction is called what? Dehydrohalogenation. So what is the dehydrohalogenation? D means removal, hydro means hydrogen, halogen is halogen. So the process of removal of hydrogen and halogen on same carbon, different carbon, it must be different carbon, not same carbon. If it is same carbon, it is called alpha elimination. This is a beta elimination. It is from different carbon to form alkene, is called what? Dehydrohalogenation. So therefore, now tell me, this is a halogen present carbon is called alpha carbon, adjacent carbon is called beta carbon. In dehydrohalogenation, halogen removed from alpha carbon, hydrogen must be removed from beta carbon. Okay, that means here CH3 you can write like CH2H. So remove the hydrogen from here. Therefore H and Cl, HCl is eliminated and you will get ethene plus HCl. Okay, but here HCl there is a KOH. HCl, KOH both will react. What it form? It is a acid, it is a base, no? You will get KCl plus H2O are the byproducts. So therefore tell me, what is the definition of dehydrohalogenation? The process of removal of hydrogen and halogen from, it must be adjacent carbon, not same carbon, from adjacent carbon to form alkene, called dehydrohalogenation. Next, dehydrohalogenation is also called beta elimination, or it is a beta elimination. Tell me, it is called beta elimination or 1,2 elimination. Why? Dehydrohalogenation is also called beta elimination or 1,2 elimination because here in dehydrohalogenation, hydrogen is removed from beta carbon. Since hydrogen is eliminated from the beta carbon, it is called beta elimination. It is also called 1,2 because it is a one carbon, second carbon. So halogen, hydrogen is eliminated from 1,2 carbon. So therefore it is called beta elimination or 1,2 elimination. Next is, what is the reagent? The important is reagent. Tell me, which is the reagent? So alcoholic KOH, very very important. Or you can also take even soda amide, sodium amide, it is called soda amide. Therefore alcoholic KOH or sodium amide is an example for reagent. Okay, next here now we need to understand how to write product. So majority questions are based on writing product. Okay, to write the product we need to understand mechanism. Now since it is a simple reaction we have written. So to write the product, remove the halogen from alpha carbon, remove the hydrogen from beta carbon. Yes or no? One more example. CH3 CH Cl CH3 alcoholic KOH. What is the product? So first of all, try to identify reagent. It is a alcoholic KOH. Alcoholic KOH is a dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation is a alpha or beta elimination. It is a beta elimination. Therefore, halogen present carbon is called what? Alpha carbon. Adjacent carbons are called what? Beta carbon. Beta 1, let us take beta 2. There are 2 beta carbon. So 2 beta carbons are same or different? Same. Since 2 beta carbons are same, so you can remove the beta hydrogen from either this carbon or this carbon, you will get same product. So therefore, suppose if I remove the hydrogen from this beta carbon, the product is CH2 double bond CH CS3. Okay. Now for example, if it is there are 2 different beta carbons, alcoholic KOH. So in dehydrohalogenation, identify the first alpha carbon. Which is a alpha carbon? Halogen attached carbon is called alpha carbon. Adjacent carbons, take beta 1, it is beta 2. Now tell me, whether beta 1, beta 2 are same? No, different. This is called unsymmetrical haloalkane. Then the elimination of unsymmetrical haloalkane or dehydrohalogenation of unsymmetrical alkane takes place according to Sage-Joffe rule. See, we have studied Markovnikov rule. Markovnikov rule is applicable for addition reactions. Which addition? There are 3 types of additions: electrophilic, nucleophilic, free radical. Markovnikov rule is applicable for which type of addition reactions? Electrophilic. Alkenes and alkynes can undergo electrophilic addition reaction, right? Electrophilic addition. Whereas anti-Markovnikov rule applicable for free radical addition, right? Free radical addition. Then now elimination. This is so elimination reaction takes place according to Sage-Joffe rule. Addition is Markovnikov rule, elimination is Sage-Joffe rule. So what Markovnikov rule says? Richer become rich. Then what Sage-Joffe rule says? Poorer become poor. Yes, it is a poorer become poor. So therefore, now tell me, Sage-Joffe rule, or it is also called Zaitsev rule. So what Sage-Joffe rule says? Poorer become poor. Okay, now tell me, so where is poor and where is poorer become poor? Which is poor? Right, in elimination we should remove halogen on this carbon, alpha carbon. There are 2 beta carbon. If there are 2 beta carbons, which beta carbon is poor with respect to hydrogen? Beta 2. Therefore, beta 2 has 2 hydrogen, beta 1 has 1 hydrogen. So therefore, beta 2 has already 1 hydrogen less. It's a poor with respect to hydrogen. Again, hydrogen is eliminated from this beta carbon only. So therefore, the product is CH3. Tell me, CH double bond CH CS3. This is a Sage-Joffe rule. Okay. Right. Now let's see mechanism. If you understand mechanism, it becomes very easy to write the product. Mechanism. So let us take reaction. Ethyl chloride reacts with alcoholic KOH. Remember, where alcoholic KOH is a base, it is act as a base. Alcoholic KOH, tell me, alpha carbon, beta carbon, from alpha carbon halogen beta carbon hydrogen alkene. Then what are the byproduct? Byproducts are KCl plus H2O. Okay. Now this mechanism takes place in following steps. Step 1. Tell me, what may be step 1? Formation of carbocation. Say here alkyl halide CH3 CH2 Cl. This alkyl halide undergo heterolytic cleavage. Tell me, if it is undergo heterolytic cleavage, Cl is negative, carbon is positive, then CH3 CH2 carbocation formed as an intermediate. Even in SN1 reaction also same step. Right. Next, formation of carbocation is the first step. Second step, what may be the second step? This carbocation loses proton, so deprotonation. So therefore step 2 is deprotonation of carbocation. So here carbocation CH3 CH2, it undergo deprotonation. So remove the one proton here. Okay. So how do you remove proton? Remove H, removed as a H plus. When hydrogen removed as a H plus, this sigma bond shifted here. When sigma bond shifted here, you will get alkene plus H plus. Okay. Therefore step 1 is formation of carbocation, step 2 is deprotonation of carbocation. Now tell me, which is a RDS, rate determining step? Step 1 or step 2? Step 1. Step 1. Because in step 1 what happening? Halogen X minus is eliminated. So therefore the order of reaction, rate of reaction depends on this step. So step 1 is a RDS, rate determining step. Then suppose if you want to write rate, tell me what is the rate equal to? Rate equal to rate constant into molar concentration of Rx, no? It means the rate of this reaction, this elimination reaction depends on only what? Depends on only molar concentration of Rx, but not where? Base. Understand? Okay. Now tell me, what are the characteristics of this reaction 1? What are the characteristics of this dehydrohalogenation elimination? First, tell me, what is the reagent? Reagent is alcoholic KOH or sodium amide. This alcoholic KOH base are nucleophile. So remember, it is a base. Can you tell me when this KOH can act as a nucleophile? Where there is a aqueous KOH. If there is a aqueous KOH, it undergo nucleophilic. That is nucleophilic substitution. We will study SN1, SN2 there. If there is a aqueous KOH, this reaction, no, this KOH act as a nucleophile. It is alcoholic KOH, it act as a base. 2. In this reaction, what is the intermediate? Carbocation as an intermediate. But we know that wherever carbocation formed, it may undergo rearrangement. So carbocation formed as intermediate, it may undergo rearrangement reaction. Okay, next. So rate equal to K into Rx. Rate is depends on only molar concentration of Rx. It is a 1,2 or beta elimination reaction. It means hydrogen halogen always eliminated from 1 2 positions. Next, it follows which rule? Said-Jaffe rule or Zaitsev rule. So what is Said-Jaffe rule? Poorer become poor. Markovnikov rule is richer become rich. Where the Markovnikov rule is applied? Which addition reaction? Electrophilic addition reaction. Take one question. Write the product in the following. Write the products in the following. Tell me. So write the products. Okay, tell me. It is an alcoholic KOH. First, what can be removed? Cl minus. No. When Cl minus removed, you will get carbocation. Which carbocation? Secondary carbocation. So, is there any rearrangement? So, if no, wherever carbocation forms, you must check rearrangement. Whether rearrangement possible or not? Possible, because adjacent carbon has hydrogen. Therefore, hydride shift is possible. If the hydride shift takes place, what is the carbocation? Tertiary carbocation is formed. Okay, now apply the Said-Jaffe rule. What Said-Jaffe rule? poorer become poor. Say Sage-Off rule is applicable for removal of hydrogen. Markovnikov rule applicable for what? Addition of hydrogen. See, Markovnikov rule is applicable for addition of hydrogen. Sage-Off rule is applicable for elimination of hydrogen. So we are not removing halogen according to Sage-Off rule. You remove the halogen, you will get carbocation. Then next elimination of hydrogen takes place according to Sage-Off rule. Therefore now carbocation. Then remove according to Sage-Off rule. So Sage-Off rule says poorer become poor. Tell me now, how many beta carbons are there? Beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. There are 3 beta carbons. Whether 3 are identical or same or different? Different. So therefore, which is a poor? CH2. Yes or no? Therefore, remove the hydrogen from here, you will get double bond here. So therefore, first write carbocation, then check rearrangement, then eliminate hydrogen, beta hydrogen. Here also, do quickly. So carbocation forms here. Okay, now next is rearrangement. Then CH3, right? Next is elimination of proton. So elimination of proton takes place according to Sage-Off rule. Beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. So there are 3 beta carbon. So 3 beta carbons are same or different? 2 are same, but third one is different. Therefore this is hydrogen now. So remove hydrogen from here. Poorer become poor. First remove halogen, then carbocation forms, then check the rearrangement, then remove the beta hydrogen. In all cases, here also same, quickly. Tell me here, carbocation. Then next is what? Rearrangement. So we have studied rearrangement of carbocation. There is a methyl, hydrogen, phenyl. So what is the migration aptitude? Hydride migrate is very fastly compared to all. Therefore shift hydride. Then what is the carbocation? It is a benzyl carbocation is formed. Next is check the beta hydrogen. Here is a beta 1, it is a beta 2. Is there hydrogen here? No hydrogen, right? So therefore among beta 1, beta 2, which is poor? Beta 2, double one comes here. Remove the one hydrogen. Will you do same? Done. So here also remove this carbocations. Here one hydrogen, here 2 hydrogen. Remove this hydrogen, double one comes here. There what is methyl shift is there, no? Yes or no? Remove the Br here. It is a secondary carbocation. Then methyl shift. Tell me. Now this is carbocation. No. Here no. Now this is carbocation. So here hydrogen is there, no? Remove the beta hydrogen. Then double bond comes here. Right? This, tell me here, which will shift here? It's nitrobenzene. It is a methoxybenzene, methyl. Huh? Methyl. Migration aptitude is directly proportional to electron density. First is hydride shift. Next is what? Phenyl, not methyl, phenyl. Okay, after phenyl, tertiary butyl, then secondary propyl, then ethyl, then methyl. In again phenyl, which is more, methoxyphenyl or nitrophenyl? Methoxyphenyl, because migratory aptitude is directly proportional to electron density. Here methoxy group is a electron releasing group, right? So therefore this methyl shift takes place easily. Then next is elimination of beta proton. Okay, so this is the first method of preparation. This is we study in haloalkane topic. In the properties of haloalkene, this is the first reaction, dehydrohalogenation. Okay, since we are studying in detail here, so this reaction need not to be studied there. Of course I teach, but you should remember it. Next, second method of preparation. So what is the second method of preparation? Dehalogenation. Dehalogenation of dihaloalkanes. So dehalogenation, what is a dehalogenation? Process of removal of halogen. Process of removal of halogen in presence of zinc metal. So generally for dehalogenation zinc can be used, Zn. Right, so the process of removal of halogen in presence of zinc metal is called dehalogenation. For example, let us take CH2 Cl, CH2 Cl. It is heated with, see generally in all elimination, it may be dehalogenation, dehydration, dehydrohalogenation, wherever D comes, wherever elimination comes, usually these reactions heating is required. For all elimination, heating is required, whether less or more, it require heating. Therefore, it is a dihaloalkane. So dihaloalkane heated in presence of zinc metal. So when it is heated with zinc metal, so therefore what happened? So zinc metal reacts with 2 chlorine, ZnCl2 will be formed. Then the byproduct, main product is alkene plus ZnCl2. But the condition is what? It should be vicinal dihalide, not gem dihalide. Simple reaction. You can take any vicinal dihalides. Let us take CH2Br, CHBr, CS3. It is treated with zinc. Write the product. Okay. So remove the 2 halogen, write 1 double bond. So it is a dehalogenation. Next, third method of preparation is from alkynes. Okay, so remove the 2 halogen, remove 2 halogen. Here double bond forms, double bond comes, there also double bond comes, remove these 2. Okay, suppose if there is a bromine here, it is reacts with zinc, heated with zinc. What is the product? What is the product? Huh? Is it vicinal dihalide? No. So here is 1, 2, 3. 1, 3 dihalide. Therefore, there is no reaction. So zinc dust or zinc can remove the 2 adjacent halogen, not 1, 3, 1, 4. There is no reaction. Next, from alkyne. Okay, from alkyne we have studied preparation of alkane. Tell me, how do you prepare alkane from alkyne? Let us take CH, triple bond CH. Alkyne reacts with hydrogen in presence of either nickel, platinum, palladium catalyst. You can use nickel or platinum, palladium catalyst. What do you get? Tell me. Alkene converts into alkyne converts into alkene. This alkene again further reacts with hydrogen nickel catalyst. It forms what? Alkane. Now question is, alkyne gives alkene. Alkene gives alkane, but we want to prepare only alkene, not alkane. How? It means we need to stop the reaction here. How do you stop? By keeping your hand. Not possible, no? Then, so therefore this reaction is not used to prepare alkene. You cannot prepare alkene. You cannot stop the reaction. So this whole reaction takes place within fraction of second, right? So alkyne immediately converts into alkane. It is not possible to control the reaction. It is not possible to stop the reaction to alkene. But so instead of nickel hydrogen, if you use other reagent, they are called controlling reagents. Okay, other reagents, it is possible. For example, let us take RC triple bond, C triple bond R. It is a alkyne. Now this alkyne treated with one hydrogen in presence of palladium barium sulfate and quinoline. Okay, this reagent is called Lindblad catalyst. Therefore, alkynes reacts with Lindblad catalyst. It is hydrogen palladium barium sulfate. Then this alkyne converts into alkene. But there are two possibilities. Which alkene? Cis alkene or trans alkene? You will get the cis alkene. In presence of Lindblad catalyst, you will get only cis alkene, not trans. That is the speciality of Lindblad catalyst. But I want trans alkene. So instead of Lindblad catalyst, use another reagent, sodium in presence of liquid ammonia, which is called Birch reduction. So in presence of Birch reduction, the product is alkene only, but you will get trans. Trans alkene. So therefore here reagent is important. In presence of Lindblad catalyst, cis alkene. In presence of Birch reduction, trans alkene. Okay. Then here one important note. What is the importance of quinoline in this reaction? So quinoline is a catalytic poison. What is the meaning of catalytic poison? Here, which is a catalyst? Here palladium barium sulfate is a catalyst. It is a catalyst for this hydrogenation. Now this quinoline poison the catalyst. Why? Why it is required? Yes, suppose if this quinoline is not there, what happen? This alkyne converts into alkene. Alkene also further converts into alkane. Reaction do not stop here. Here this quinoline quinoline decreases the reactivity of this palladium barium sulfate. We study in surface chemistry, catalytic poison. So catalytic poison is the substance which reduces the activity of catalyst. Therefore this quinoline reduces the activity of what? Palladium barium sulfate. So therefore quinoline decreases the activity of palladium barium sulfate catalyst. Okay. So what is the A? You tell me what is A, cis or trans? Cis, no? Tell me among these which is cis? First one cis or trans? Cis, no? Second one trans? Both are possible. Which is not possible? Third, because it is a cis, this is trans. So trans is not possible, cis possible, because palladium barium sulfate quinoline, it is a cis addition. Okay. One more. Write the product. Write the product. Five o'clock. यार केळर यार पेरेंट्स केळ tell me, will you write product? So here is Sumaya Banu. Okay, go later. Sister trans, sister trans, trans here. Write product. So here trans, it is here okay. So third method of preparation. Fourth one, from alcohol. from alcohol. Tell me. So how do you prepare alkene from alcohol? Alcohol heated with concentrated sulfuric acid at 140 degrees Celsius, right? 170 degrees Celsius to form alkenes. It is a dehydration. So therefore alcohols undergo dehydration in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid and at 170 degrees Celsius or 443, temperature important, 443 Kelvin, to form alkene. So therefore alcohols are heated with concentrated sulfuric acid at 170 degrees Celsius, they form the corresponding alkenes, which is called dehydration. Tell me, what is dehydration? The process of removal of water or hydrogen. Dehydration, water. Dehydrogenation, hydrogen. So dehydrogenation is removal of hydrogen. Dehydration is removal of process of removal of water from alcohol. The process of removal of water from the alcohol in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid and 170 degrees Celsius, called dehydration. Next, see, this dehydration reaction exactly similar to dehydrohalogenation. Tell me, dehydrohalogenation, is it beta elimination or alpha elimination? So dehydrohalogenation is a beta elimination. It is also beta, and it was 1,2 elimination. This is also 1,2 elimination. So therefore it is a beta elimination over 1,2 elimination. Next, in dehydrohalogenation, what is the intermediate? In dehydrohalogenation, what is intermediate? No intermediate. Carbo ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೋ ಬರ್ತಿದೇನು? ಹಾಂ, where? Here. Okay, so it is a beta elimination or 1,2 elimination. Next, what is the intermediate? Carbocation is an intermediate. If carbocation formed as an intermediate, it may undergo rearrangement. Next, carbocation formed as a intermediate, it may undergo rearrangement. It may undergo rearrangement reaction. Okay, then so other points are exactly similar to dehydrohalogenation. Now let's see one example quickly. Let us take ethyl alcohol, right? It is heated with concentrated H2SO4 at what temperature? It must be 170 degrees Celsius. Remember, temperature should not change. 170 or 443 Kelvin. Tell me, it undergo elimination. Which elimination? Beta elimination. Therefore here, now OH group, present carbon is called alpha carbon, adjacent carbon is called beta carbon. So remove the OH from alpha carbon and H from beta carbon, just like dehydrohalogenation. The same thing we have studied in dehydrogenation. In dehydrohalogenation, we eliminated halogen from where? Alpha carbon, hydrogen from beta carbon. Here also same. So therefore, it become what? CH double bond CH2 plus. Plus tell me. So here water eliminated, no? Plus sulfuric acid. Okay, H2O and acid will be there. Okay. Same condition, just write the product. Alpha, beta 1, beta 2. So beta 1, beta 2 same or different? Same. Since beta 1, beta 2 are same, tell me, you can remove the hydrogen from either beta 1 or beta 2, so that the product will be same. You will get propene. Next, it is alpha, beta 1, beta 2. Now beta 1 is not equal to beta 2. Therefore, elimination reaction always follows Sage-Joff rule. SR. Addition reaction follows Markovnikov rule. What is Markovnikov rule? What is Sage-Joff rule? Poorer become poor. So now which is a poorer here? CH2 is a poor. So this poorer become again poor. So therefore CH double bond CH CH3. Okay. Then let's see mechanism. See, sir came. Tell me mechanism. Let us take ethyl alcohol reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, and at 170 degrees Celsius it form ethene. Now this reaction takes place, okay, this reaction takes place in two steps. Step 1. What is the step 1? Again same formation of carbocation. But how carbocation form, that is here important. It is a alcohol. This alcohol reacts with acid. We know that sulfuric acid produces H plus ion. Okay. Now tell me, this H plus ion attack on oxygen, yes or no? Why? Oxygen has two lone pairs, right? Therefore this one of the lone pair is donated to H plus. So what it form? It form oxonium ion. Oxygen carrying positive charge called oxonium. Oxonium ion. Now this oxonium ion is highly unstable. Tell me, why the oxonium ion is highly unstable? Say, oxygen has highest electronegativity. Oxygen is a more that is a second highest electronegative element. First is fluorine. After fluorine, oxygen only. Since oxygen has second highest more electronegativity, it never try to carry positive charge. Electronegative element always try to carry negative charge but not positive charge. If they carry positive charge, if they are highly unstable, they immediately they immediately break the bond. Now here which bond is broken? So this sigma electron completely taken by oxygen. It means this bond will be broken. So that what you get? Carbocation plus H2O. Okay, it is a formation of carbocation. Next, what is the second step? Second step is same deprotonation, no, just like halogenation, dehydrohalogenation. deprotonation. So let us take, it is a carbocation, ethyl carbocation. It undergo deprotonation. Proton will be removed. That proton will be taken by HSO4 minus. Here we formed HSO4 where? Here no. H plus plus HSO4 minus. So that HSO4 minus, now it takes the proton. This proton CH2H. This bond shifted here and this proton taken by H plus. So that CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2SO4. Okay. Now this is how mechanism takes place, exactly similar to dehydrohallucination. But here important is first one. Yeah, like take like characteristics. What are the characteristics of dehydration? One, what is the reagent? Concentrated sulfuric acid at what temperature? 170 degree Celsius. 2, what is the intermediate? Carbocation as a intermediate. Okay. Third one, tell me. So this is called either beta elimination or alpha elimination. It is a beta or 1,2 elimination. It means hydrogen and OH both should be eliminated from 1,2 positions. Okay. Just write the, take one question. Write the products in the following. Write the products in the following. Write the products. Tell me. So here, first remove the OH. What do you get? Carbocation. Okay. Is this carbocation undergo rearrangement? It's secondary carbocation, no? Here also secondary carbocation. Same. No rearrangement. And elimination. Sage-Jaffe rule. Poorer become poor. Therefore, remove the hydrogen here. You will get CH2. Double bond. Next. So remove the OH, here carbocation, rearrangement is possible, methyl shift takes place. After methyl shift, after the methyl shift, carbocation is tertiary and this is a CH3, then remove the proton. So remove the proton according to Sage-Jaffe rule. Here one proton, poorer become poor, right? So double bond comes here. Here carbocation formed here and there is a hydride methyl phenyl. Which shift takes place? See, first is hydride. If there is a hydrogen, hydride shift takes place very quickly because of its maybe size. Because of size. Otherwise, except hydride, then other shift is depends on electron density. So therefore, hydride shift takes place, then carbocation comes here, this hydrogen is removed, then double bond comes here. Next, phenyl NO2H. So which will shift here? Carbocation, hydride shift. Yes or no? Next, carbocation comes here, then methyl shift, right? This methyl shift and double bond comes here. Next, hydride, OH is removed, carbocation, hydride shift, no? Hydride shift, then double bond here. That tell me. So 9th and 10th you can do it. I'll do 7th and 8th. Tell me. 7th and 8th. What is the product? Now remove the OH minus. Carbocation formed, right? So which carbocation that is? Secondary carbocation. Now tell me, is there any rearrangement? Which rearrangement? Tertiary. Ring expansion, very good. It is a 5-membered ring. Okay, adjacent to cyclic ring or alpha position with respect to cyclic ring, there is a positive charge. It undergo ring expansion. So therefore, now this bond shifted here. Tell me, what do you get? This will be same, but this bond is broken, right? Partially broken, and the new bond will be partially formed. And this bond completely broken. Next step, this bond completely broken will get posited here, right? So therefore, which is equals to 6-membered ring. Bond is here. This is, but this is undergo further rearrangement. It comes here. Then you will get tertiary carbocation. Now this is undergo ring. This is undergo what? Beta elimination. So this is a beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. So here beta 1, beta 2 same or not? So there are how many hydrogens? 2 hydrogens. 2, 2. It is a 3, no? That is a product. Tell me this. 3-membered ring. So this is a 4-membered ring, carbocation, right? Ring contraction. So when ring undergo contraction, you will get the CH2 plus. Okay, then now tell me, so what happens here? H is there, no? Hydride shift is possible. What do you get? Carbocation. Then okay, do remaining 2.